Hey guys, Red Power V 1962 here, and I'm here to address that I'm a moderate at best fan of MLP. I never owned any sort of merchandise or watched all of the episodes of the entire show, but I have been keeping up with the series and its fan base for quite some time, and I've also seen a few episodes here and there. So at best, I'm at least a moderate fan. Enough so that I have my own opinions that are pretty unpopular, which is why I'm going to be discussing about my 10 unpopular opinions regarding MLP. Now please keep in mind, these opinions are not fact, so please don't harass me in the comment section by saying that how I'm wrong or such, because I'm just a moderate MLP fan who has different opinions. So please comment down below on what's your unpopular MLP opinion, and if you found this video at least somewhat enjoyable, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel for more of this content. And with that being said, let's get on to the list. Number 1. I don't like the episode Bats. Sweetie Bloom already addresses the problem that I had with this episode, but I'm going to summarize it anyway. Basically, my biggest problem with the episode is how they poorly portrayed the animal rights versus animal welfare debate, with Fluttershy being all in the right, while Applejack is being portrayed as she's in the wrong, or at least acting like a villain. In real life, both sides have their own strengths and weaknesses, and Fluttershy's argument is kinda weak. Heck, I don't even remember her giving out one solution on how to deal with the vampire fruit bats. And you wanna know the sad part? I've seen franchises like Ultraman addresses this topic way better. Ultraman, think about it, a series that is based on the big superhero beating up and killing giant monsters. Even they address the problem a lot better than My Little Pony. Think about it. And I could rant on and on and on about how bad this episode is, but honestly, I've already spent so much time on it, I'm just gonna move on. Number 2. I'm not a big fan of Reformed Discord. Now, I already know that I started an angry mob full of angry Discord fans, but hear me out on this one. I liked Discord when he was a full antagonist, someone that you're meant to hate, because he was really good. I feel like John Delancey did a really good job portraying Discord as an antagonist. But after he got reformed, he started losing in my favor, particularly. Not that he was a bad character per se, he was just far from being the best redeemed antagonist ever. I honestly believe that there are way better anti-heroes out there other than Discord. I mean, I get the whole idea that he's supposed to be mischievous and a little bit of a troll, but sometimes his mischievous actions can go a little too far, and I think that's the reason why I don't like him all that much. Sometimes his so-called pranks can be a little too, well, there's no nice word to say it.
Wow, what an asshole.
So while Discord isn't a bad character per se, and he's a really good antagonist, and John Delancey did a really good job on portraying him, I'm still a firm believer into not really liking him because of how troll he is, and how his tricks can go a little too far. Number 3. I don't like the Bride/Daughter of Discord series. Now, I understand that there are going to be a lot of Bride/Daughter of Discord fans that really are going to hate me when I say this, but I just personally have a heavy dislike towards this series. Starting with my little nitpicks, I don't really like some of the ships. I mean, there are ships that I like, or at least can tolerate, like Fluttercord, Soren Dash, and Cheese Pie, but then you have ships like Rarepants and Apple Spike, in which I honestly have a heavy dislike towards, with the latter of which being my absolute least favorite shipping in MLP community ever. Another nitpick that I have with this web series is the art style. Not that the fact that it's bad or anything, it's just that there's a consistent changing in the art style, which can make the story feel a lot more inconsistent. I understand that it's a fan-made collab series, but still, the changing in art style just really bothers me. Even when I first time saw it, I was just baffled by the changing in the art style. We went from one scene where the ponies look so accurate to their real show counterparts, and then we have drawings in which I don't even know how they even drew Discord like that, and not realize that he kind of looks kind of ugly. Also, I know that this is fan-made, but seriously, this story feels way too cheesy, and at times it feels a little too cringeworthy. Even in the most dramatic moments, it feels a little too cheesy for me. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it just feels way too cheesy in some parts of the story. And I understand that Disney Fanatic 2364 is a Disney fan and also not a professional songwriter, but why? Why include songs that are downright forgettable and make the story feel like a Disney movie rather than a My Little Pony movie? My Little Pony isn't Disney, you know. Number 4. I hate every single member of the Student 6. That's right, every single member. I don't care if you try to convince me that one of them is at least good. I don't care. Every single one of them is bad. And you want to know why? Here's a clip from one of Silver Quill's videos.
When I asked about the challenges for writing a male character like Spike in a female-dominant setting, they shared a laugh about how they abused him, and Amy Keating Rogers said there simply wasn't room for Spike. In a series with 6 strong female leads, it's already crowded without focusing on yet another character.
Well, then why did Hasbro create the Student 6 then? At least with Sunset Shimmer and Starlight Glimmer, they at least have some redeemable qualities or interesting aspects about them that actually make them good. But the Young 6, I can't remember anything that makes them good or anything interesting about them. I don't care what anyone else says. I am a firm believer in hating the Young 6. Number 5. I don't like how the first 2 redeemed dragons are female. Now, before you accuse me of being genderist or anything, it's more important to let you remind you that MLP usually portrays dragons and ponies as they represent 2 different genders. Ponies represent girls and how apparently they're supposed to be nice and sweet and cute, while on dragons they're supposed to represent boys and how they're apparently supposed to be ferocious, mean, and violent, which, yeah, many people didn't really like the stereotype. So I wouldn't be surprised if many people weren't really big fans of the fact that the first 2 dragons who were actually redeemed, other than Spike, were actually female. But to my surprise, there weren't really much people who were angry about this. I mean, okay, we got a few people who were a little bit bothered by it occasionally, but overall I haven't really found much complaint about that department, which really surprised me. You'd think that people would be at least a little bit angry about the fact that the first 2 species that were supposed to represent boys are redeemed, but are actually girls, would be bothering us, but no, it's fine. Which, okay, maybe it's just me, but still, it just bothers me, you know? Number 6. Rainbow Dash is overrated. Now, before you Rainbow Dash decide to go and hate me on the comment section, I just want to let you guys know that I don't hate Rainbow Dash, but in terms of the main 6, I find her my least favorite, and in terms of character as a whole, I just find her pretty average. I mean, and to make it short, I just find her way too charismatic, way too sassy, way too cocky, and for a character that's meant to be loyal to her friends, she sure sometimes shows little to no regards to her friends' feelings. Number 7. Twilight Sparkle shouldn't be the ruler of Equestria. I said this before and I'll say it again. Hasbro has been giving Twilight way too much treatment, which I for one think that's not fair. I mean, for God's sake, this show isn't about the equestrian life of Twilight Sparkle. It's called My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, you know, not just about Twilight, but also about Rarity. It's about Pinkie Pie, it's about Applejack, it's about Rainbow Dash, it's about Fluttershy. They're all important, and without them, Twilight wouldn't be anything at all. The least Hasbro could have done is make her friends the rulers of Equestria alongside her. I mean, it's not impossible for one society to live under multiple rulers, or make her friends immortal or something. I mean, for God's sake, just make her feel like she's not special all by herself, and make her feel special with her friends. Number 8. I find the final episode to be disappointing. Now this one is nothing but personal nitpicks from me, so I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I don't really like how they don't show the next generation of the main six except for Pinkie Pie. I don't really like how they show off the main six are aging except for Twilight and will eventually die. I don't really like how Twilight looks in this one and how she looks exactly like a copy and paste version of Princess Celestia. I really wish that they used a better version of older Spike. And I don't really like how Spike and Rarity aren't really implied to having a relationship with one another in the future. Okay? That's it. Number 9. Spike should have grown older a little bit sooner. It could just be me so full of dreams, or the fact that I don't even know how dragons age in Equestria. Heck, I don't even think anybody knows how dragons age in Equestria. But I have a hard time believing that it would take more than 8 seasons just for Spike to finally grow a pair of wings, or the fact that he's apparently younger than Smolder. I feel like this just relates to how much disrespect Spike received in the early seasons. I mean, come on, even the CMC got more respect than him.
Shame on you.
Number 10. Some fanfictions aren't that bad. Now this applies to every single fandom, not just MLP itself. We've also got Five Nights at Freddy's, Sonic the Hedgehog, anime, Disney, Marvel, DC, even Tokusatsu itself has their own fair share of fans that love to write fanfictions. And normally fanfictions is seen as hot garbage and not really respected amongst their community. Well, I'm actually here to tell you that they aren't that bad. Now, to be fair though, there are definitely some fanfictions out there that even I agree are downright garbage. Heck, I don't even have to read the fanfictions in order to know if it's bad or not. I just have to look at the previews and think, yep, that is definitely garbage. This fanfiction is definitely garbage. They are absolutely right. But as long as the fanfiction respects the characters, brings out a good story, and isn't too fanservice-y, then the fanfictions can actually be a fun time to read. And this is coming from someone who hates being forced to read. Anyways, with such a large fan base such as MLP, of course there's going to be a lot of fanfictions, and it can be very stressful for someone who just started off reading MLP fanfictions to choose what story they want to read. Of course, the best suggestions are usually the ones that are about the stuff that you like the most, whether it be your favorite genre or your favorite ships or a crossover that you wish to happen. Choose the story that you think would best suit your interests. But of course, if you still can't decide and still want someone to recommend you a story, here's a few recommendations that I have for you. For the Ones We Love by the Flim Flam Brothers. Spiders and Magic, Rise of Spider-Man by Maximus Reborn. The One True King by JD Prime 22. And FNAF MLP Style by Just Sonic. So while Bronies aren't exactly a big fan of fanfictions, they gotta at least show certain respect and acknowledge that there are some good fanfiction stories. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and like I said before, I hope you found this video somewhat enjoyable, and I hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe for more of my content in the future. And as always, I'll see you guys in another random time. See ya!